street pastures on the street is a positive thing. Definitely creates a more happier atmosphere with people late at night. Definitely helps us out when we have to deal with people who are drunk and perceive us as being more of a threat.
Street pastures is a really positive thing for Winchester and any town, because I think too often people, for whatever reason, don't allow themselves to be in control all the time. And I think sometimes it's quite useful for other people to just be there to scoop them up when they need the help and support. Because we're all under so much pressure these days, everyone needs to let their hair down, and often that results in people going a little bit mad and crazy. And I think it's great that people have taken that option to be responsible on other people's behalf. And I think that's an amazing thing that you guys do.
The amount of times they've actually asked me if I needed like help to try and find somewhere, and any of my friends that have been really cold or anything, any sort of warm blanket. The amount of times I have actually seen you guys help people out, it's been it's been quite inspirational.
Obviously we've been coming out on the streets now since June, and the police were sort of really behind us coming out of street pastors. So I mean, how have you found it since we've been coming out on the weekends?
I think it's been excellent sort of having street pastors out, to be honest, because, you know, visible on the high street, people have been able to approach them as well and actually talk to them, which is, you know, not everybody actually wants to speak to police officers, and it's nice that they've got somebody who's a little bit more impartial that they can have a chat to if they need to. It's clear that the street pastors have helped on a number of occasions and got involved in bits where we would instantly, you know, normally be called, wouldn't we? Yeah. But you know, it's not necessarily a policing matter, and it's sort of made we can divert our resources to things that are possibly a little bit more pressing for police to attend to.
That's right, it's good that you guys can approach people, and sometimes they don't want to speak to us, but now they're more than happy to speak to you, and yeah, you can help them or offer them advice.
Okay, any particular incidents that we've been able to help you out with?
Well, there's a bit, like you know, there's numerous sort of drunk people on Winchester High Street. Yeah, just taking them in under the wing, make sure they're okay. Again, if we approach them, they automatically think bad that they're going to be arrested. But yeah, you guys, brilliant. You can come along, talk to them, just make sure they're all right. And I think that's what they need at the end of the night. And then, yeah, make sure they get home safely.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you.
So, what do you think of street pastors then, Ollie?
Well, I think they're good.
Why is that one?
Well, they help you out. The other day, or the other week, my girlfriend couldn't walk home. They gave her some free flip-flops. They go out lollipops. They're good. And they look out for the community.
Yeah, well, we certainly try and do that.
Yeah.
And we try and get you home.
Yeah. You've done me a lot of favours in the past.
Picked you up.
Yeah, picked me up.
I can't think of anything else.
Okay, so we've got a young girl here. She's on the ground. She's worse for wear for drink, and unfortunately she just vomited as well. She's too inebriated to be able to actually stand, and of course it's very cold out tonight, so we've wrapped her in a space blanket, so she's dressed up like a turkey at the moment, and some coats over as well. Called her dad. He's going to come and collect her. Obviously the biggest worry at night is that she's you know, going to succumb to the cold. And so I'm going to have to stop. I've got something else going on now. Sorry.
Fantastic idea. I think it's really good, and thankfully I'm past that stage. But I guess when I was at university, they could have been a good idea, a very good idea.
This evening we've just had an unfortunate situation with this young girl that was in one of these clubs just around here, and sadly her drink was spiked. Other people saw this white powder going into it, and the end result was that she was really very sick. She was herself literally being very sick, but when she came out she just couldn't move. She was on the floor, she had next to nothing on, so she was freezing cold. So we got a space blanket out for her and wrapped her up in that, and then at the same time we just comforted her and tried to make her feel that everything would be all right. But she started fitting, so we were making sure she was in the right position so that she didn't do any damage to herself. And then the ambulance was called, but they cancelled the ambulance for some strange reason. And now the ambulance right behind you has just turned up, but the girl was then put into a private car and taken off to the the accident department. So we hope she's going to be alright, but she really was in a bad way. So, and that's one of the things that happens when you're a street pastor. You get involved in such things like this and try your best.
It's midnight and I'm not wearing my street pastor's jacket, unfortunately, because we've just been helping someone who was rather worse for wear and lying on the pavement, not with a great deal of clothing on, and so I lent her my jacket just to keep her warm. Unfortunately, she was a bit ill on the jacket, so I'm not going to be wearing that now until it's been through the washing machine. But I'm still safe and warm, and we're going back for soup in about 10 minutes, so I shall be back out on the street in half an hour.